Hello everyone and welcome to another UFC Fight Night review. This is for UFC Fight Night 120, I believe it is, in terms of numbers. I was right, between Dustin Poirier and Anthony Pettis as the main event at the Ted Constant Convocation Centre in Norfolk, Virginia, the first time that the promotion has gone to the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. So, was this card good or bad? Well, I'm about to let you know, so let's start with the prelims, as always. So we kick off with the first fight between Nina Ansaroff and Angela Hill, and Nina Ansaroff won by unanimous decision. And, the fight was kind of sloppy in places, but it does get up, and it was a good way to sort of kick off the prelims. There was good enough action that it didn't get entirely boring. There was a lot of really good Muay Thai combos between the two. They did showcase a lot of really good stand-up, but Angela Hill, I don't know, she's always been on a roller coaster whenever she's been in the UFC. She can never, get a good enough streak going, and it's kind of a shame, but she is good. So, And Nina Ansaroff is a name I've heard, but I've never actually seen, so she actually really did impress me in this fight. It does get up. It was enjoyable enough. It wasn't exactly anything flashy or super standout, but it was a good enough event. A good enough fight. So, yeah. Then the next fight we had, I will give another up for Sage Northcutt against Michael Quinones, and Northcutt won by now decision. And yeah, it was kind of a squash for Northcutt. This is a fight he needed as well because he hadn't done too well lately, but he definitely bounced back really well. He looked really good in this fight and was throwing a lot more boxing combos. You can tell he's been training a lot more with Team Alpha Male, which is a good sign. He looked really good. He threw fewer of his flashy kicks, and he defended takedowns really well, which I was quite impressed with because he's always had a bit of trouble with that. But he's a very young fighter. He's 4 years younger than me, for fuck's sake, and he's learning really well how to block his weaker areas, like the takedowns. So he got a good handle on that. He landed great combos. Did bust up Quinones pretty substantially. So yeah, this fight gets an up. It was enjoyable, and I liked it. But I believe actually no, it's not this fight. I thought it was this fight. But, well, it's probably the next fight, is it? No it's not, but, onwards, anyway. So we reach the next fight of the card, and before I carry on, I will say there was a couple of new referees I hadn't seen before. One was Mike King, the other was Bill Bookwalter, and I believe that Mike was the referee for this fight, and it was between Tatiana Suarez and Viviane Pereira. And I don't know, this fight didn't really land with me. It gets it down those way. It dragged on for a lot longer than it had to. Pardon me. And Mike King, who's one of the new refs, did a really, really bad job in this one. Because there were several moments where Pereira had her toes hooked in the fence, which you're not allowed to do, and he didn't bother trying to stop that. She didn't have it hooked in long, but you're not allowed to do it either way. So that really confused me. Mike did not really impress me as a referee, and this did not impress me as a fight. It gets it down. But the refereeing is not as bad as the fight itself, so I'm not going to give it 2 downs just for that. So, yeah, this was kind of a disappointment. The first real dip of the night, of a few, I will say. Spoiler alert. So yeah, it's 2-1 to the up so far. So, on to the final fight of the prelim card. So, the last fight of the prelim card, flyweight bout between John Dodson and Marlon Moraes. And Marlon Moraes won by split decision. And the referee for this one was Bill Bookwalter, one of the 2 new referees who I hadn't seen before. And he actually did a really good job refereeing this fight. So, I was alright with that. And he gets an up because he's a good ref. So that's 3-1. But the fight itself gets it down. For several reasons. One, I thought John Dodson won. 2, there were 2 really bad moments in round 1. First was an unintentional groin shot, which almost caused John Dodson to throw up. That's how bad it was. And the other was an accidental leg poke, which wasn't as bad. And there was another one kind of later on in round 3. And it was weird seeing John Dodson look pissed off. When you think of him, you usually see him as happy. He's a happy fighter. He always has a smile on his face, and he got kicked in the dick early in this fight, and he was not happy at all. I don't blame him. If I got kicked in the dick pretty early by another professional fighter on accident, I almost said on purpose, even though it wasn't. Yeah, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be the happiest son of a gun either. But to see John Dodson be unhappy in a fight is a very, very rare thing indeed. And the fight itself gets it down. I don't think Moraes should have won this on account of the two really bad fells he had and the one he had sort of in round 3. Very difficult to tell. But on the bright side, John Dustin does keep his record of all of his losses only having gone to the distance. So that's a good thing, I guess. This was not a good fight. It gets it down all in all. It was a really, really bad way to end the prelim card. And the entire prelim card was not fantastic. There were some good moments, but it was not like, wow, you know? Like, there was nothing that really stood out to me. So, we move on from that to the main card now. So, woohoo. And the first fight on the main card saw Joe Lauzon go against Clay Guida. Clay Guida won by TKO in just over a minute. And the fight gets enough. I mean, I fucking love Clay Guida. He's always been a favourite of mine. This is his first finish since New Year's Day of 2011. That is almost 8 years. Close enough to 8 years, you know? I'm just sort of thinking, damn. And apparently, like, I did watch the post-fight interview to see, because, you know, I've seen Clay Guida fight a lot. And I watched it to see, like, you know, what his thoughts were. And apparently this was the last fight on his UFC contract. And he wants to end his career in the UFC. But he's not retiring. He does want to talk to Dana and get more fights on the contract. And I fucking hope so. I want to see Clay Guida fight again. I love him. And Joe Lauzon, he's not going to really suffer too badly from this. He hasn't been doing well lately, but I don't think he's going to suffer horribly. Because, you know, he's known as the Bones King for a reason. But yeah, Clay Guida got a really, really big win, and I'm really, really happy that he did. So, yeah, and I hope he doesn't retire. So we're going to move on to the next one now. So the next fight was the catchweight bantamweight bout between Rafael Assunção and Matthew Lopez. Lopez came in 2.5 pounds overweight, and Assunção won by knockout at 1 minute 50 of the third and final round. This was a good fight, getting up. There was a lot of really, really good back and forth between the two of them. But Assunção, like, his ending combo was a bit strange. He went for a jumping knee that missed, went for a couple of punches that missed, and then landed a really, really good right hand on the jaw that knocked Lopez out clean, completely. I don't remember a whole lot of the fight itself, but it was good from what I can remember, and I did enjoy it. So it does get an up, and Rafael Assunção did get performance of the night, so that's also a good thing. So, yeah, I mean, this was a good fight. It wasn't particularly stand out, but it was alright. It gets an up. So, on to the next one. The next fight saw Nate Marquardt go up against Cesar Mutanche Ferreira, and Marquardt, this is his 59th fight, and he lost, but he's not going to suffer too badly from it. It was an exciting enough back and forth fight. They were both doing really, really well throughout. Mutanche was landing the bigger things and was landing a bit more. So, yeah, this fight does get an up, even though it went the distance. I do agree with the decision. I feel like Mutanche did do enough, and I like seeing Mutanche fight. I like seeing him win. I like seeing Marquardt as well. I mean, he's a legend in the sport by this stage. So, yeah, really can't fault either guy. They both put on a really good performance. It was a good fight. So, gets an up from me. And then the next fight gets a definite down. It was between Andre Arlovski, yay, and Junior Albini, who insists on dressing up like a baby and his head is way too small for his body. And the dude be thick, yo. Like, I couldn't stop staring at his thighs. He's kind of a chunky monkey, and that's coming from me. Look at this, you know. But yeah, this fight was fucking boring. God, it was so boring. There was just a lot of clinching going on. Andre was landing the majority of the strikes, but he didn't really land anything hard enough to hurt Albini. And yet he won, somehow. I definitely feel like he did enough to win. But this was not a really, really good fight at all. It was shit. It was shit on a stick served with muddy shit water. It was really, really bad. I did not like this fight. It gets a down. Just, it dragged on way too much. Like, picture the Suarez and Pereira fight, but increase the dragging on by a factor of about 10,000 billion. You know, which is 10 trillion. Yeah, it was just, I didn't like this. Gets it down. So, onto the main event now. We're almost done with this, I promise. We're almost done. Next, we reached the co-main event of the evening, and what I was expecting to be Fight of the Night, as Diego Sanchez took on Matt Brown, and Matt Brown won by knockout in the first round, and this was a good fight while it lasted, and it does get an up, and Matt Brown did get performance of the night for probably the best finish of the night as well, in my opinion. It was a fairly back and forth contest, and that was a really good moment in the first round, because it ended the first round. Brown won at 3 minutes 44 seconds of the first round, actually. And Diego landed a liver kick to Brown, and that's always been one of Brown's biggest weaknesses, but Brown recovered really quickly from that, and still managed to come back and get a win. He caught a kick from Sanchez, pulled him in, landed a beautiful elbow over the top, and completely folded Diego like an accordion. I know that's a cliche when it comes to how people are knocked out in the UFC, but it was a really good, it's a fitting cliche. Like, Diego was hit and he just floats all about the place. He became a gelatinous cube of meat and bones and intensity, as seems to be the case with Diego Sanchez. So, yeah, it was it was fun while it lasted. Did not get Fight of the Night, but Matt Brown got performance of the night for it. This fight does get up, so can't really fault it. And now onto the main event. And now it's time for the main event of the evening between Anthony Pettis and Dustin Poirier, and this got the Fight of the Night, definitely. It deserved Fight of the Night. And, up until it ended in the third round, 2 minutes 8 seconds in the third round, it was a really good fight. And I don't have a problem with the result, because it was the right thing to do, but the ending was fucking weird. So what happened? Well, throughout the rounds, there was mostly stand-up contest, and in round 2, it was kind of more of a takedown-y thing. In round 3, there was another one, and Dustin has been working on his takedowns. He looked really good with them. His wrestling's improved massively. And he took down Pettis, and he eventually got his back. And Pettis is known for exploding out of those positions, because he did it a few times in the fight as well, in this fight. Pardon me, where he would explode and get on top and try to finish Poirier. And Pettis, they both bloodied really badly as well. It was a good bloody fight. I like good bloody fights a lot. That sounded really stuck. Oh, I like a good bloody fight. Oh, and that went weird. But yeah. So, Poirier had Pettis' back and locked in a really good body triangle, and Pettis tried to twist out of it, and he managed to get enough, but Dustin managed to reverse and get on top. And then Pettis tapped. Despite the fact that Dustin hadn't gone for a submission or anything, Pettis still tapped. So the finish of the fight gets a down. The fight itself gets an up. But then again, the finish of the fight itself might also get an up because Anthony Pettis might have suffered a rib injury. But it was just really strange. I know how it happened and I still can't gauge it properly in my head. It was just a really weird thing. So, yeah. All in all, was this card good? It wasn't fantastic. I won't lie to you. I mean, it was low to middle of the road for me, personally. Too many fights went in the distance to justify the rest of the card. And even the fight of the night ended in really odd fashion for me, so I don't really know if I could give this card a super duper rating. Even though I don't do ratings, I probably will because I've been doing ups and downs. I'm probably going to give this one a solid 4 out of 10. I wasn't a huge fan of this one. Yeah. So, with that said, I'll see you this week, probably Thursday or Friday, for the next Ultimate Fire episode. And then after that will be another UFC Fight Night between Fabricio Verdum and Marcin Tybura on November the 19th. So, hopefully that'll be a good one. Hopefully it'll be better than this one. And I'll see you all then. So, as always, thank you for listening. Take care. You're awesome.